What if I told you that what's happening right now, this exact moment you're watching this video, is alchemy in action? I know it might sound strange, even a little dramatic, but hear me out. This isn't just another video, not just more content floating around the internet. If you're here something inside, you asked for this. Something deeper beneath the surface level distractions called for change, for clarity, for truth. In spiritual alchemy, nothing is random. What we usually call chance is simply a law we haven't recognized yet. Everything follows a pattern, a principle, a rhythm. Everything is mental. Everything vibrates. So if your thought brought you here, this video is the effect, and you're already feeling it. Maybe your mind is trying to rationalize it, but deep down you know this isn't a coincidence. Let's talk about a work that's been whispered about, protected and passed down through the centuries, the Kybalion, a mysterious little book written in 1908 by anonymous authors who signed only as the Three Initiates. But it wasn't just written out of nowhere. This wasn't a trend. This was the distillation of ancient wisdom that had been spoken in temples, whispered in secret schools, and carved into stone in ways only the prepared could understand. The Kybalion doesn't show up in your life by accident. It arrives when you're ready to break the illusion, when you're ready to wake up. And listen, don't worry if you don't understand everything right away. You don't need more information. You need remembrance. Because the truth isn't new. It's ancient. You've just forgotten it. And my job right now is to help you remember. By the end of this video, I'll show you how to use the 7 Hermetic principles in a real grounded and transformational way. But first, you need to hear what only those who are ready will hear. Long before we had modern science, before the structures of organized religion as we know them today, there was a name carried in the wind by priests, mystics, and seekers, Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great, a fusion of 2 legendary figures, the Egyptian god Thoth, guardian of time, writing in wisdom, and the Greek god Hermes, the divine messenger, the traveler between worlds, merging into one powerful archetype. Hermes Trismegistus became a symbol that has echoed through the mystery schools of Egypt and the hidden corners of esoteric philosophy. He's the figure said to have founded the very first mystery school. Not a school that handed out books or gave lectures, but a sacred space where truth was revealed only to those ready to embody it. His teachings were so protected, so potent, that they gave birth to a term we still use today, Hermetic knowledge. A knowledge sealed off. Not because it's elitist, but because some truths are too powerful to be handed to unprepared hands. Roughly 35 works are attributed to Hermes Trismegistus. Many were lost when the Library of Alexandria burned to the ground, but a spark survived, and that spark grew into a flame that now flickers in the Kybalion. Though the Kybalion was published in the early 20th century, its roots are timeless. Its language is modernized, yes, but its core pulses with the same resonance as the hieroglyphs carved into temple walls. This wisdom was never meant to be popular. That's why most people haven't heard of it, and even fewer have understood it. But one idea, the very first principle of Hermeticism, shifts everything. All is mind. The universe is a living thought. This isn't poetry. This isn't symbolic. This is literal according to the initiates. You're not watching the universe from the outside. You're inside it. You're inside the mind of the all, the primordial source, the cosmic intelligence, the divine consciousness. The Hindus called it Mahat, the Gnostics called it Pleroma, and the Hermeticists, they simply called it the All. Let that sink in. Every planet, every galaxy, every life form, every emotion, every breath is being imagined right now within the consciousness of the All. So what does that mean for you? It means your thoughts matter more than you've ever imagined. Your mind is the matrix. Your reality is shaped not from the outside in, but from the inside out. Your perceptions, beliefs, and mental patterns are the brushstrokes painting your world. It's as if we live in a divine simulation, one built not by machines, but by consciousness itself. And here's the most powerful part. You're not just a character in this story. You're a co-creator. Your thoughts, emotions, and the frequency you radiate, they shape the very events of your life. This is why the ancient masters said, suffering begins in the mind. Buddha, faith moves mountains. Jesus, everything is mental. Hermes Trismegistus. Even modern quantum physics is catching up. The observer effect, where particles behave differently just by being observed, is more than a quirk. It's a clue that consciousness affects matter. So the question isn't, is this real? The question is If the universe is a living mind and you're a spark of that mind, what's stopping you from reshaping your life on purpose? And this is where it gets deep. If everything is mind, why do things sometimes seem so chaotic, so random? Why do some people suffer while others flow with ease? Because of what the Kybalion reveals next. Everything happens according to law. There is no such thing as chance. What we call luck or fate or coincidence is just a law we haven't yet understood. The universe isn't chaos. It's a living symphony, a system governed by laws that don't care whether you believe in them, just like gravity. These laws are always in motion. They're already working in your life whether you're conscious of them or not. And one of the most important, the law of cause and effect. Everything you're living today, every emotion, relationship, opportunity, and struggle is the echo of past causes. And not just actions, but thoughts, beliefs, energy. This is karma. This is vibrational physics. It's Hermeticism distilled. Let me illustrate with a short story. There was once a quiet village nestled between vast mountains. In it lived an old gardener known for his calm spirit and quiet wisdom. Every day, regardless of the scorching sun or heavy rain, he tended to his garden with gentle care. One day, a frustrated young man approached him bitter about his life. He complained, "Why is everything always so hard for me? You seem to live in peace, but my life is full of failure." The old man smiled not with pity, but with understanding. "Come with me tomorrow morning," he said. "I want to show you something." At dawn, they hiked up a hill, and the old man handed the young one a small seed. "Plant it here. Then come back every day and water it." Days passed, nothing. Weeks passed, still nothing. Then finally a tiny sprout broke through the soil. The young man smiled, he had hope. But then a storm rolled through. The next morning the sprout had been destroyed by the wind. Frustrated, the young man yelled, "See, nothing ever works out." The old man, as calm as ever, replied, "You want to grow an oak tree with the patience of a wildflower." That seed, it wasn't just about the plant, it was about the law. The law of cause and effect. Everything, yes, everything in your life right now is the harvest of a seed you planted. It might have been a word, a thought, an action, a belief, even an intention you barely noticed. Some seeds sprout fast, others take months, years, lifetimes. But no seed fails to answer the law. You're not the victim of invisible forces playing dice with your life. You're in a universe built on precise return. What you think, what you feel, what you vibrate, it comes back. This is both liberating and humbling, because now the question becomes, what am I planting now? But the universe isn't just linear. Life doesn't move in a straight line. You've probably felt it, the back and forth, the push and pull, the one step forward, two steps back feeling. You set an intention, do the work, and suddenly life throws you into chaos. It's frustrating, but it's not a mistake. That too is a law, the law of rhythm. Everything flows. Everything rises and falls, breathes in and out, your emotions, your finances, your health, your creativity. The same way the tides move, the moon waxes and wanes, the seasons shift, so does your life. Nothing stays in bloom forever, but nothing stays barren forever either. This doesn't mean failure, it means rhythm. Even nature rests, even the heart pauses between beats, and your life is no different. But here's the deeper key: just because you're revisiting something doesn't mean you're going backward. Plato once said the soul evolves in spirals. You're not in a loop. You're rising. You're hitting the same themes, the same wounds, the same doubts, but from a higher level of awareness each time. What once shattered you now barely stirs you. What once felt like the end now feels like a necessary part of becoming. So next time you feel like you're regressing, ask, am I really going backward or am I spiraling upward? When you accept the rhythm, you stop resisting the waves and start surfing them. But the laws don't stop there. Because the universe isn't just rhythmic, it's also polar. That brings us to another law, the law of polarity. Everything has two poles. Hot and cold, same spectrum, just different degrees of temperature. Love and hate, two ends of the same emotional current. Light and darkness. Not opposites, one is the absence of the other. This law is what makes transmutation possible. True alchemy isn't about turning physical lead into gold. It's about turning internal heaviness into spiritual clarity. It's about shifting your vibration, not denying your darkness, but raising it. You don't need to destroy your fear, you need to elevate it. Fear can become caution, then awareness, then courage. Anger can become fire, then fuel, then action. Pain can become the crack where the light gets in. This is vibrational mastery. You're not broken, you're just unrefined. like raw ore waiting to be melted and molded by the fire of awareness. The alchemist doesn't fight the shadow. They bring it into the light and then raise its vibration. But how? By understanding your own rhythm, by tuning in, by noticing. If you're angry, move, breathe, paint, channel it. If you're sad, don't suppress it. Ask what it's trying to say. Let it guide you to the part of you that needs attention. If you're stuck, don't force forward. Maybe you're in the valley. Maybe you're in the sacred pause between pulses. This is the work, not denying, not escaping, but transmuting. Now here's where it gets subtle but powerful. As you practice this inner alchemy, as you raise your vibration, align with rhythm, and become conscious of your causes, you'll begin to notice a strange shift within. A quiet voice, a small stirring, a new kind of clarity. It might feel like a sudden restlessness, a thought you can't shake, a nudge to move somewhere new, try something you've never tried, speak something you've never dared to say. This is not coincidence. It's your purpose beginning to reveal itself. But here's the twist that most people miss. Purpose isn't a destination. It's not a fixed point. It's a moving spiral, a living frequency. And what once felt like your purpose may now feel misaligned. That's okay. It's not failure. It's evolution. Maybe that goal you were chasing was never meant to be reached. It was meant to get you moving, to awaken a deeper part of you, to stretch your soul. And once it did, a new purpose began to whisper. Your job now is not to cling to outdated callings just because they once felt sacred. Your job is to listen, to notice the next invitation. That quiet voice inside. It's not confusion, it's expansion. Each little ball your soul tosses ahead, each calling, dream, desire, is a breadcrumb guiding you home. Not to one final mission, but to a continuous becoming. And now here's the deeper secret. All of these laws, mentalism, cause and effect, rhythm, polarity, vibration, correspondence, and gender, they're not separate pieces of wisdom. They are threads in a single divine tapestry. Together they form the source code of the universe. That invisible structure behind everything, you see everything, you feel everything that happens. The more you study them, the more you begin to realize they are all saying the same thing in different ways. Because you can't truly talk about rhythm without touching polarity. You can't understand cause and effect without understanding mentalism. It's like trying to separate colors from a rainbow. Each Hermetic principle is an angle, a perspective of one unified truth, that everything is connected, that reality isn't random, that the universe operates in harmony even if your mind can't always see it. Let's break this down simply. Mentalism is the foundation. Everything begins in the mind. The universe is a living thought. Correspondence shows us how what's above reflects what's below. What's outside reflects what's inside. Vibration tells us that nothing rests. Everything is in motion. Everything pulses with life. Polarity reveals that opposites are just extremes of the same thing, and you can shift between them. Rhythm reminds us that everything moves in cycles. Highs and lows are part of the same wave. Cause and effect grounds us in responsibility. Every thought, action, and feeling sends ripples into your reality. Gender teaches that both masculine, active, and feminine, receptive energies exist in everything, and when harmonized, creation flows. Together, these are not just ideas, they are energetic mechanics. Most people go through life being pulled and pushed by these forces without realizing what's happening. They're reacting instead of dancing. They're tossed by the waves instead of surfing them. But once you begin to notice the laws in action, you stop being a passenger. You become a co-creator. So how do you use the Kybalion not just to understand reality, but to transform it? Let's look at how to apply each of the 7 Hermetic laws practically in real life. 1. Mentalism. All is mind. Your thoughts create your reality. Not metaphorically, literally. Every repeated thought, emotion, and belief becomes the lens through which you see the world. So what to do? Clean your mental house. Start each day with powerful affirmations. Visualize the life you want as if it already exists. Avoid negativity. What you consume becomes what you believe. Practical tip, instead of thinking, nothing ever works for me, say I align with opportunities every day. 2. Correspondence. As within, so without. Your outer world mirrors your inner world. Messy room, messy mind. Toxic relationships, maybe your self-talk needs healing. So, what to do? Bring harmony to the micro. It will reflect in the macro. Practical tip. Clean your space before making a big decision. You'll be shocked how clarity flows. 3. Vibration. Everything moves. Your frequency shapes what you attract. Joy pulls in more joy. Fear invites more things to fear. So what to do? Raise your vibration daily. Meditate. Walk in nature. Dance, laugh, create. Practice gratitude. Practical tip. Keep a gratitude journal, 3 things every day. It rewires your energy in minutes. 4. Polarity. Everything has 2 sides. Anger isn't the enemy. It's just love in armor. Sadness isn't weakness, it's longing. So what to do? Transmute, don't suppress. Turn fear into curiosity. Let frustration become focused action. Practical tip. When you feel triggered, ask, what's the opposite pole of this emotion and how can I gently move toward it? 5. Rhythm. Life moves in waves. You can't be high all the time and you're not meant to be. So what to do? Honor your cycles. Rest when it's time to rest. Create when the spark returns. Practical tip. On your low days, don't force output. Reflect, recharge. That is the work. 6. Cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance. You are always creating even when you don't realize it. So what to do? Set conscious causes in motion. Speak truth. Choose integrity. Let your thoughts and actions align. Practical tip, want peace. Then practice it, not someday today, in how you speak, in how you drive, in how you treat yourself. 7. Gender. Creation needs both forces. Masculine energy acts, feminine energy receives. They live in all of us. So what to do? Balance intuition and action. Listen inward before moving outward. Don't force, don't freeze, flow. Practical tip. Before a big decision, sit in silence. Ask your intuition. Then let your inner masculine move with confidence. When you start living this way, not in theory but in daily practice, you don't just change your habits. You change your frequency. You change your reality. Because now, you're not chasing goals blindfolded. You're dancing with the law. You're not begging the universe for crumbs. You're aligning with its core. And in that alignment, something beautiful happens. You stop feeling separate. You stop feeling lost. You remember you're not a random spark in a chaotic world. You are a thread in the sacred design woven by intelligence pulsing with purpose. And now you're starting to remember your part in it. Before you go, there's something important waiting for you. I've left a link in the pinned comment below. You can download the Kybalion for free. It's the book this video is based on. And if anything here resonated, that book will take you deeper. Also, if you want to support this channel and help this message reach more people who are ready to awaken, there's a link there where you can contribute directly. But more than anything, if this message stirred something in you, say it out loud. Type it in the comments. Just write, I choose to remember. Let that be your first conscious cause. Let that be your spark of alignment. Because you're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready. And the universe, the Reiner Stork Information, it's been waiting.